On the shoot with Elizabeth Marks, we had 2 shoots. One was pre-Olympics and one was post-Olympics. The first one, the idea was to capture kind of who she was for the cover of a magazine. The second shoot was after Rio, where she not only won a gold medal, but also set a world record. And so when she came back, it was about showcasing that and her accomplishments. A few of the things that make Elizabeth really special as an athlete is she is active duty military. Having her serve our country, but also be such an exceptional athlete is really what's cool about working with her. So our approach was to create something that portrayed the athlete, but also was different from the normal kind of athlete portraits that you're used to seeing. To secure the location for this shoot, it was a little bit of a team effort. One of the people at the magazine had a contact at Colorado College, so we all kind of followed up with figuring out dates as to what would work for Elizabeth and what would work for us, and got everything all secured with that. So for this first shoot, we used a 53-inch Elinchrom octabox on camera right, and then we put a 24x36 black flag in front of it, and that's just used to control the spill and create a little more drama on the face. Then on camera left, we actually pulled over a dry erase board to create that fill. We didn't have our normal reflector that we usually use, so we used what was in the environment and just pulled the whiteboard up close. With the 3/4 portrait, we really wanted to showcase not only Elizabeth's tattoos, but also just really dramatic shape and form. On camera right, we put a 53-inch octabox, and on camera left, we put a small strip. And we kind of pushed them back behind her to create a really cool shape and a really soft feel to the image. Once she'd won the medals, what she really wanted was to be able to show the world that she's won and has accomplished this. So she approached me to shoot something that was unique and different, but that would also showcase the fact that she had won not only gold medals, but also an ESPY award. I think that really the concept behind this shoot was heroic. She is such a hero for our country that she sacrificed so much, and not only sacrificed so much, but also has now won a gold medal for our country. So for the portrait of Elizabeth Marks in the water, I actually made a gray background that we pulled down into the water and created kind of a seamless look with the reflection from the water. I also purchased a distressed American flag. It was something that put some color in the background, but didn't overpower the background. Then on camera left, I had the 53-inch octabox from Elinchrom. It was more acting as fill in this case. And then on camera right, we had the sunrise coming in, so that's got that golden glow to it. So with the second portrait of Elizabeth Marks, we wanted to do something kind of dramatic, maybe something you haven't seen a lot of. So we used a 12-degree spot grid over on camera right, and then we put pieces of gaff tape to make kind of a small strip down the middle of the grid. And then we put a 12x18-inch flag right in front of it to cut the light and create really just a strip of light on her face. To kind of counterbalance that, we had a big 75-inch indirect octabox right behind the camera, and that creates a really nice soft fill, but it's not super directional, which is nice. Then on the background, I wanted to create a little bit of a gradient, so we had a 30-degree spot grid pointed up at it to kind of showcase behind her head and the background. So for the portrait of Elizabeth Marks with the flag behind her, we used a 39-inch Elinchrom deep octabox, and that was sitting on camera left and kind of coming as more of a top side light. And to kind of, again, counterbalance that drama, I had the big 75-inch indirect light motive behind my camera. And that's just to push in a little bit of fill, to take those blacks up a little bit, where you can control it a little bit more, but still keep that drama in the image. So for the image where she's holding her award and her medals, obviously we want to showcase those and make sure they're shiny and looking good, but then also keep the kind of drama that we had throughout the shoot. So on camera right, we had a 12-degree spot grid. We took off all the tape and the flag and just put it nice and tight to soften it a little bit. To fill in a little bit, we still had that 75-inch indirect light motive octabox behind me, and the 30-degree spot grid is pointed up at the background to, again, cut her away from it and create a little bit more drama behind her. For the image with the flag underneath of Elizabeth, it was a lot of logistics, actually. We had 3 different people in the pool holding the flag because the flag was really big. And in this case, she was having to tread water without using her legs, so she's holding her legs up. And especially since the fact that she has an injured leg, it was really hard for her to do, so we were doing it super fast and then letting her take breaks in between. So with this one, we had the 53-inch Elinchrom Octabox on camera right, and just behind her feet, I had a spot grid pointing across, and that was for two reasons. One was to fill in the shadows a little bit on the flag. The other was to create shape on the water and shape on the flag. So we had the light nice and low on the pool deck so that it shot across and not just straight down, and that creates kind of the ripples that you see. We also did utilize the sun a little bit, which was on camera left. And so I exposed to let a little bit of the sun fill in on that side and create some of the cool kind of glistening waters that you see in the image. In the end, it was well worth it, but it was something that we all had to work together on to get that final image. When working with athletes, especially high-level athletes, I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is that they're people just like us, to treat them with respect and make it an enjoyable experience for them as well, because sometimes it feels like it becomes so commercial that they just kind of like rushed in, rushed out, and it's not as fun for them, whereas I think it really should be a good experience for everybody involved.